Alright guys, welcome to pre-staking. Got our DPs, 1.5s. Most of those are still at home. 2 totes of 220s. 1 3/4 and medium-sized traps bigger than 1.5. And then rebar stakes in case we need them. And then that bucket back there has all my pogos in it. So let's get going. Alright guys, so location number 1, we're droughted. This is the 3rd year in a row. This is the worst year we've had, or the worst drought we've had. 12 years I've lived here, and started pounding in the stake and broke the handle on the driver. So we're not going to fight it too much today, but we'll see what we get put in. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a trail right there. And that's a raccoon trail primarily. That's netted fencing up there. And then this is crossing over from a culvert. They're coming over the top and branching off to the side to go up that there, up that finger. Then you go down here to this culvert, and this is money. I'm super excited about this location. That's skunk scat. You look down there, there's skunk scat right down there. And that's my pogo from last year I found. More skunk scat. So we've got a 1.5 pre-staked there. And then we got one up here pre-staked. And there's a crossing underneath the fence. Good skunk location. I said good skunk location at this first spot, but actually it's a good anything location. But there's skunk scat all over the place. So we're going to gang set them and see if we can't roll hard on them opening day. Alright guys, you see that trail right there? Goes down into this mess down here, and there's a culvert. It's hard to see. A lot of brush. They're not even crossing over the top because there's so much brush. So usually I'd stick a 220 or something down low, but I think what I'm going to do instead is pre-stake a 1.5 on a step, on that little step right there. And that way anything going through will get caught. And this ain't a blazing trail, so we'll just put in one set here. Even the best equipment can go bad on a day like today. It's like pounding into concrete. I'm sitting here trying to get in one of my best coyote spots, and I had to move to a different spot. But know when to back off or you'll mess up your driver. Luckily I backed off. I could tell I was hitting something. It was a rock or a boulder or something, you know, down below, and all I ruined was this pogo. But if I'd kept going, I'd have busted my driver at the end. So, today's lesson. Alright guys, you see this trail here? We've got an H stand in place right there, where it pinches down the 220s off the side. Like I said, we're pre-staking. The guys that will be running the line with me will have traps pre-staked on the other side come tournament time. Alright guys, see this trail here? You can see it's beat down, crosses right in that little gap there, goes up, and see I marked it just so you guys could see it with that orange stake there, that fence marking. But this is where they're just running the top of a ridge and coming down to water. Be mainly a raccoon path, but you know, skunks and other stuff travel this. So get this one pre-staked. So guys, each year on my setters I'll take some Remington gun oil and spray it up here where the bolt is. That way you don't get too much rust and tension in there and they stay smooth. Otherwise you'll wear your setters out. I don't know about those new style ones, but I mean your standard ones, you'll wear it out to a point you'll end up busting the bolt. And another thing guys, before season starts I go around both my trucks and I spray it, all the doors and like the big doors on the open up doors on the topper. I'll spray that with Remington gun oil. And the reason I use gun oil instead of WD-40 is it survives colder temps, where WD-40 would freeze up on me. Here in the Midwest, you know, we get down -30, -50 wind chill sometimes. And so I use Remington gun oil, because it survives that. And that'll help your doors survive all the dust, like on gravel roads we have here, and keep flowing smooth for you. Alright guys, so this is a high visibility trail from the road. This is that same trail we were just looking at. See our orange stake? So what would I use for traps? That's a great question. Well, I want to make my catches and not make them highly visible, with it being a high visibility spot. See right there? That's where one of the H stands are. That's where one of the sets will be. And the other one will be right there, where it pinches down. We could have 2 coon wrapped up right in this little area, and nobody will even see them. Alright guys, so this is the very next ridge. You can see here, it's a pretty good trail. It's hard to make out for you guys a little bit, but it's a good trail. So here, I have more to work with as far as hiding my catch. So I'll probably run 1 220 about the center there. And then up higher on the trail, I'll put a 1.5 or a DP right by that little tree up there. That keeps everything out of the sight of headlights and your common everyday driver. An outdoorsman might see it, but it's still a little less likely.